Okay, so basically what you do is in the upper right-hand corner, there's three little dots. You tap on that, click on voice, and then change it to push to talk. And then once you come back to the chat, it'll have a little button at the very bottom that says push to talk.
And welcome back, Open Pagan Church, right here every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Gotta get my knobs twisted and buttons flipped and everything else ready. There we are. All right. Well, welcome, Open Pagan Church. I'd like to make a real quick little announcement. Welcome to those of you that are watching on Discord, or well, listening, I should say, on Discord this morning. We've started a live podcast on Discord. The link is in the live video feed. I do want to remind you though, anything you say on Discord is produced at the same time on the live feed for Open Pagan Church. If you are watching the video of the broadcast on Open Pagan Church and listening to it on Discord, please remember you might want to mute the sound on the church side because there is about a anywhere from 4 to 7 second delay because of Facebook algorithms, right? So with that, welcome Discord listeners. I can't see who you are. Let me minimize that and bring up Discord. There you are. Right. So if anybody is needs to chat or whatever and it's not in the live feed of Facebook, I'll try to watch both screens. Right. Our topic this morning: do pagans pray? Do pagans pray? Well, of course we do. We don't call it praying. We call it everything from calling circle to casting an altar, to casting circle, to casting, to lighting candles, to sending positive thoughts. But yes, of course, pagans do pray. We talk to our deity just like everybody else. And by the definition of praying, well, that is talking to deity. Let's see if I can ease up on some of this bandwidth a little bit here. To minimize that. See if that's any better. All right. Excuse me. So what is, those of you watching and listening in, what is your interpretation of to pray? Some people like to get down on one knee when they go to bed. That's the old way that I was taught to pray. That was back when I was being taught the philosophy of Christianity. As pagan, I tend to talk to deity all day. It's like, okay, guys, what the hell do you want me to do now? Things like that. We typically tend to just kind of talk to our deity just like everybody else. So what are some of the ways you pray? You guys over in Discord that are voice chat, feel free to chime up anytime. You guys that are in the Facebook broadcast, feel free to text in there how you chat. I mean, this could be a relatively long broadcast or it could be relatively short, depending on how much input we have. But while you're thinking about it, those of you that are watching the pre-recorded broadcast, I had a chance to, or I guess you could say I had a chance meeting with a lady probably in her 70s last time I went to the doctor's office. And sitting in the waiting room, of course, people talk as people do. And as I got ready to leave, I'd gone into the doctor's office, did my thing, had my test run, and got hooked up for my uh, monitor. And I found myself in a conversation where the lady said, "You strike me as a spiritual man." Um, yeah, you could say that, yeah. She said, "I have something for you. Come out in the hallway with me." I thought, ah, hell, here we go. Here we go. Um, so I went out in the hallway with the lady, and we're sitting there talking. And she said, "If you don't mind me asking, what religion are you?" Pagan? Well, mildly taken aback, she said, "But pagans don't believe in God." I said, "No, quite the contrary. Too much TV and too much listening to people that don't know any better, but we definitely do believe in gods, a bunch of them, goddesses, a bunch of them." But she said, "But do you pray?" And yeah, it kind of got me to thinking, well, yes, we do. We talk to our deity just like anyone else. We communicate with deity. We talk to deity. We interact with our deity. I said, so yeah, by definition of what pray is, we do pray. We don't get uh, we don't get radical about it, but we do pray. And after communicating with this poor woman for about 10 minutes, it looked like she was in information overload. She gave me a little bottle of holy water and said, "Well, I want to give you this, whatever faith you are. I just want you to have this." I said, "Well, okay, thank you. You know, I'm not going to be rude to the lady. She wasn't rude to me by any means." And as we started to bid each other farewell, she says, "So pagans don't worship the devil then?" Question mark. I said, "No, ma'am. Pagans don't even believe in the devil." I said, "We do believe in evil. People do evil." And I said, "We do believe in bad spirits. But as far as the devil, no. That's a Christian thing. No offense, but y'all can have it. We don't want it." And she kind of laughed and she said, "It was very enlightening talk to you." And she gave me a little blessing of her Catholic cross. I said, "Well, thank you for that." I said, "Same blessings to you and yours." And we parted ways. And I got to thinking, maybe I'll actually do a broadcast on Do Pagans Pray? Because we do. We pray just like everybody else. And, by, like I say, by the definition of praying, it's just simply talking to your deity, being spiritual in your own right, doing your own thing. There are thousands of different denominations of paganism, just like there are thousands of different denominations and variables and what have you of Christianity, if you will. The interesting part is there's only a couple of different variations of Muslim. Some of them I don't actually agree with, but that's not my place. The actual Muslim faith itself is rather cool. Interesting. Jewish, You've only got two variations of Jew. There's no other Jewish denomination that I know of other than Jewish. Now you have Orthodox Jew and unorthodox Jew. Haven't spent a whole lot of time studying those. Find them rather confusing to a degree. So then, well, we all know Catholic. Um, there are multitudes of different variables of Catholic. But with all of the different denominations and variables and thought processes within the pagan philosophies, we in paganism call them paths, lifestyles, you know, believe as you will. The only thing we ever ask, I know our little group of people, we ask that you're real, speak your heart, and be mindful of others. And speak true, not only to us, but to your deity as well. But yes, pagans do pray. Hmm. And believe it or not, I have actually completely run out of things to say on that topic. I would like input. Well, you got to speak up, man, because I can talk 90 miles an hour. You can just jump in there and say, "Hey, I've got something." Go, Lucy. What you got? Well, yeah, and a real quick little introduction here. Lucy is one of the studying ministers with the HOP and the GCS. So she's come a long way, and her opinion is very valued. She's the one that helped us set up Discord. Um, Lucy, word is that they can barely hear you. Um, I don't know if that's a Facebook thing or a us thing, or let me try something here. Okay, Lucy, try speaking again.
Is that better? I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Let me try turning my input volume up.
Well, I don't think you're gonna have to. I think it was
Okay.
I think it was my bad on my end.
Who can hear me?
I
Hey,
hear
hey,
you!
there you are.
Yay!
How the fuck are you?
Language, my brother, language family channel. How are you, Sean?
Oh, I'm just peachy, and people ugh, shelter their kids.
They do. Yes, they do. The
But
reason the group couldn't hear you guys is I had the desktop audio muted. They wouldn't have been able to hear you if you tried. So, what's been
okay.
going on?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just everyday life.
Right, right. So, Sean, I've known you many, many years. Um, what is your philosophy of praying?
We pray. Well, most people. uh, pray when they need to.
Right.
Most, I mean, unless you're devout in whatever religion you have, you typically the human person or whatever only pray when they have to or when they need to or when they need something. If you follow your path completely, you pray all the time.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about a while ago with, you know, we talk to our deity all day, every day. I chat with mine just as if they were a good friend sitting next to me. Um, and by definition, that I guess is called praying. It's like Lucy said, sometimes if you really need focus, we'll go to altar and light a candle or two and just sit there and meditate for a bit. But other than that, hell, driving down the road, sitting at work, trying to figure something out, um, I'll be like, okay, guys, help me out here, because I am looking at this and not seeing it. So what do you think?
Yeah, you're exactly right. But like the key word on that is if you needed to focus on something, you go light a candle at your altar or whatever. But the first part of that was need. You should do it whenever. It should. It, I don't know. There shouldn't be a need to.
Well, no. Our deity is our best friend, right?
That's what they tell us.
Well, yeah. And of course, I have found with my counsel, if I don't listen, I end up getting a headache. But you, you know how that goes, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what what would you guys have to add? And I think our broadcast this morning is going to be relatively short, although I am really glad we got Discord up and running. I think we get more people involved, and if we can all talk without stepping on each other, ha ha ha. I think it's going to be a good thing that combined with the live chat.
I agree. Because there's us out there that don't type well, especially when you're on a phone. But yeah, I wish you could do video and voice at the same time, but it's you'd be talking on top of each other if you did that. So, but as far as the topic, everybody prays when they need to pray. It comes as uh, a feeling more than anything else.
Well, do you not find you and Lucy and you guys watching on the live broadcast on Facebook? Do you not find, like you said earlier, most people only tend to talk to deity when things are going bad, when everything's gone to hell in a handbasket and somebody needs something and, you know, it's only when gimme, gimme, gimme.
You know what though? Like personally, yeah, a lot of times when I'm down, but there's days that like on lunch, I'll go outside and I just feel the sunshine on my face and I just not really speak, but it's more like an emotional thank you for the day, you
Right.
know?
That's a
So,
prayer. I mean, you're feeling it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a feeling. You can feel your deity or your spirit or whatever religion you are. You feel it versus you need it because they're going to be there regardless of whether or not you need it or not.
Yeah, and that's,
And when
no, go ahead,
sorry.
Lucy.
When that happens, like I feel like it's a big hug from them and big hug from the universe, I guess you could say. And it's really nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it all comes down to walking the talk. I mean, all of us have had multiple discussions about walking the talk in group circle when we had circle. It's being true and congruent to who and what you say you are.
Correct.
Well, I gotta tell you, I love my mute button, man. If it wasn't for my mute button, I'd be in royal trouble. Um, well, I don't know about you guys. I think this is going to work out real well. This Discord thing. Once we get more people involved, especially, and I agree with Sean. I wish we could do video, audio simultaneous without having to have a secondary program. Um, I know it would. I know right now using two or three programs to do both really eats up the bandwidth, but it seems to be holding together pretty good so far.
Hey, Don, Aaron says there is a thing called Go-To Meeting. She does facilitator training on Mondays, and there is voice and video at the same.
Go to meeting was one of the things I looked into, and here's one of the things Lucy and I was discussing earlier. Go to meeting is wonderful. I mean, there are several platforms out there where we can do live broadcast with video chat. The problem I ran into is when I tried other mediums, people will not leave Facebook to go to other mediums. Most people. Uh,
They will if that's all you offer.
well, yeah, but no. Yes and no. When we first started the live broadcast, we checked out these mediums. Go-to meeting I've used a lot, and the reason we stuck with Facebook and put up with what Facebook does for now is people just won't click out of Facebook. You know, they got their little video playing in the background and they're watching their news feed. So I think eventually, as people become disheartened and disenchanted with Facebook, they'll be looking for other mediums. In fact, they really kind of already are. I mean, we've got Google, we've got GoToMeeting, we've got YouTube. I really considered just switching everything over the live feed to YouTube, but even YouTube has gotten flaky over the last couple of years.
Well, if the message.
He's talking about talk to walk.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
There you go. Talk the talk and walk the walk. If
That's
they
it.
want you, if they want your message, they will go to Go-To Meeting.
Yeah, I get it. Totally agree. Yep.
Kind of like you got kind of like a business here. If they don't like it, then they're gonna miss out.
Well, true that. True that. What we may
The
do
ones
is
that matter will show up.
say again.
I said the ones that matter will show up.
Well, haven't we always said that? Haven't we always said that? Well, I think all of us need to get together at some point and look into some other mediums and see run some uh, run some trials and see how they work. See if we can get more people involved. One of the things I'd really like to back off on is this lag. I mean, the 4 to 7 second lag on Facebook is a pain.
Well, Don, if you were to say, okay, this is going to be one of my last broadcasts, I will broadcast for like 2 or 3 more weeks, but from now on it'll be moved over to whatever medium you decide. Then you give the people the option to, okay, well, I want to hear his message. I'm going to go ahead and do this. You lead up to it, and then after a while, you just phase yourself out of Facebook so you don't have a 4 second lag.
Well, true enough. True enough. We will definitely be looking into that over coming weeks. All right.
Because
Hmm?
I like this. I like this right here. There's absolutely no lag on Discord.
Yes.
I know when I'm talking, you're getting it. So, like I said, if this meeting thing that my wife uses, if Aaron uses, is as good as she says it is, which she does it every Monday, yeah, I would definitely lead up to it and say, okay, look, we're no longer going to broadcast on Facebook because of issues. and give them a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so, and say, look, this is where we're going to be. Download it now. Be ready for the change.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm also looking at going into. I really want to see this podcast thing pick up on Discord. We may look at a couple of other podcast channels that people use to get the audio, you know.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something we all need to get together and work on. Um, well, guys, I guess I will give you your Sunday back. We're going to. If you guys want to stay on and chat, feel free. I'm going to pull to close as soon as I get all my work all together. Right. Well, folks, we hope you've enjoyed the live broadcast of Open Pagan Church. And our topic today was Do Pagans Pray? Well,
Yes, we do.
yes, we do. And, I want to thank Sean and Lucy for kicking in over at Discord. We look to have some more people live talking, live chatting, as it were. And we may even look into some non video live podcasts to kind of ease off on the bandwidth. I figure you guys probably don't need to see my ugly mug. Maybe we can do like a formative radio show or something on
I
Sundays.
like it.
Thousands of ideas rumbling around.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
By the way, Cindy's here too.
I
Hi,
saw
Cindy.
that. Yeah, I saw that. All right, guys.
I
Thank
love
you.
hearing you talk.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Open Pagan Church. Have a great week.